a warrior, a survivor, and it's all because of God. She's a teacher and a healer, and it's all because of God. She's sassy, full of fire, with a heart that's made of gold. She will help you build your body, and it's so good for your soul.
Hey everybody, welcome to Life Unleashed with TLC, your host Traci Lynn Cowan. We're here today and we're about to have some fun. That's all I can tell you. All right, we've got with us Chidi Okeke, and I said that right, so I'm impressed.
You got it right.
Yeah, I got it. I practiced like twice. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I am so blessed and honored to have you here today.
Same here, man. I'm looking forward to this day. So finally we're here.
Yeah, we're so blessed. God is good. He's just blessing us all the time. So today, waking up above ground is my first blessing. And then it's just been phenomenal so far. I want to first off talk about your hat because it's phenomenal. And you were just giving me a little backstory on it. And it's not just a regular crochet hat. And so I wanted to talk about this because it's part of your Nigerian culture.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the hat and what its meaning is first.
Oh,
Please.
I mean, so this hat, it's crazy. Every time I wear this hat, people always tell me, oh, nice hat everywhere. But it's not, they always ask me, where can I get it? I mean, it's online too, but the hat itself is not just like, I wear it for, aesthetics.
Right.
It means something. So it's my tribe. I'm from Nigeria, tribe of Igbo.
Okay.
So this red and white represents my cultural outfit and everything.
Okay.
So mostly red and white color in the hats, and also some of our dresses that we have in Nigeria mixed with red and white a lot. So so it's strongly like a tribal stuff,
Beautiful.
Yeah, so it has been in existence for years. So I try to always wear it, although I'm not in Nigeria anymore. I'm here, so it's kind of makes me remember where I'm from.
I love
when I put
that.
it on, it still reminds me, okay, you're from somewhere,
Yeah.
So it's something proud to be able to show to people all the time. I'm proud of it.
Yeah, you should be proud of your culture. I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks great too. So that's
Appreciate
an added bonus. So from Nigeria, and I mean, so you've got an extensive background and I love everything that you've done and are currently doing. So let's dial it back a little bit and let's start from, when did you come from Nigeria?
Oh, I moved here in 2013.
Okay.
August, yeah. 2013,
Okay.
yeah.
And what brought you to America?
So, it's a long story, man. I'll make it short. So, I actually came to America on a scholarship.
Okay.
Basketball scholarship. So, I came here to play basketball. I got recruited. So, there's a camp that they always do in Nigeria, like a basketball camp.
Okay.
So some group of coaches from America, they would travel down to Nigeria to host basketball camp.
Okay.
So Nigeria play basketball a lot and soccer. So
Yep.
One of those camp, I attended one of those camp 2 years in a row. I wasn't picked. Sometimes, every year they pick other guys,
Mm-hmm.
But the first year I didn't get picked. Second year I didn't get picked again. So normally they always pick tall guys, 6'10", 7-footer.
And
So,
you're how tall?
I was that time I was 6'4".
Okay, yeah, because
That time.
he told me they only pick tall guys, and I'm like, well,
Yeah.
what are you?
Yeah, so I mean I'm pretty tall about that. Not like the position I was playing there. I was a center.
Okay,
So center is mostly you got to be 6'10" upwards to play center position. So, but in Nigeria, I started learning how to play basketball with that, playing center with 6'4" height.
Okay,
So, but I realized what's going on in the camp. But I mean, I was doing well, performing well, work ethic is there and everything. So after the camp, they would choose the tall guys again because they're more potential. You know?
yeah,
So as time goes on, the third year, they hosted that camp again. So I was over there with the coaches and the other guys that came in there. We doing our drills, doing the camp and everything. So I realized that, they started making that selection again. I'm thinking, you know what? This time around, they brought some American football coach with them.
okay,
So in that camp, there's some people doing basketball camp, and the other side of the field, other people doing American football drills. I mean, normally we watch American football on movies, American movies back home. Sometimes late nights on Sundays, maybe around 2 a.m. Sometimes we put our TV on. There's some channels that be showing American football, NFL. So I mean, I used to look at it and like, damn, this sport is so rough. But kind of like, I like it. But I never in my mind thought about I will ever like, put on helmets one day in my life. So I was just liking the game from far distance. So I decided to like tell one of the coaches, the football coach, hey, you know what, coach, I think I can play football. I want to join y'all, do the camp over there, do the thing. They'd be like, okay, yeah, you can join in. So I joined the group. We was doing drill, running fast, doing all those athletic things. So they'd be like, okay, well, this guy is good. This guy is really good. So they took a picture of me and the other guys. So they say, what we're going to do is we're going to try to see, when we go back to US, we'll talk to schools to see if anybody is willing to offer a scholarship. So I was like, I think it's, they're not serious. I was like, okay, whatever, but I gave them my information and everything.
Okay.
So 6 months later, I got a phone call. Actually, I gave the coach my mom's phone number then. So my mom's phone rang 6 months later, and it was +1, American zip code. So my mom was like, hey, Chidi, come, I don't know, this number is weird. Come and answer this phone. I don't know who's calling. What's going on? So my mom is from the village. So she saw a number that wasn't saved and it's +1. It's just totally different from what she used to. So I was like, okay, I think it's my call. Let me answer the phone. So I answered the phone. One of the coaches was like, hey, you remember me? We got your information. So do you ever check your email? I'm like, yeah, I do, but I have to go to Cyber Cafe, like drive maybe 5 miles to go to Cyber Cafe to check my email. So because that time I don't have a camera phone.
Okay.
You can just Google and check whatever. So my mom was like, I told my mom, hey, can you take me to the market? Let me go check my email. I just got this call right now it's my call actually. Yeah. So she was like, oh, okay. I hop on her bike. She have a bike, my mom. So I hop on her bike. So we went to the market. And I went to Cyber Cafe, log in, check my email, and I saw, 2 email, like they sent one scholarship already to me, 5 days ago, and they sent another one again. Early that same day, I got the phone call. So I was like telling my mom, I can't believe that I got this scholarship all this time, and nobody knows. I was like, because I was thinking it's not, they're not going to remember me again. So she was like, are you for real? Yeah, I printed it out and showed her. So everybody was happy and everything. So, because my mom didn't consign me of going to all those basketball camps anyway. So they believe in, if when you come back from school, I grew up in the village. I wasn't like a city boy kind of a guy. Yeah, I'm kind of like a country, Mississippi kind of guy.
Okay.
Back home, those kind of country. So.
And are sports big out there? I mean, you were saying, so in the city, football, basketball?
Yeah, no, it's only basketball and soccer.
Okay.
So the basketball camp, no American football, just soccer, the real football.
Right. Yeah. Soccer, real soccer.
so after that, my mom didn't, like I say, she doesn't co-sign me of doing all the sports stuff. She more focused on, housework. Hey, Chidi, when you come back from school, make sure you go fetch firewood, feed the goats, feed the chicken, all those kind of country stuff.
Wow.
I do that. I do that a lot, man. It's crazy. When I talk to my friends, I was telling them, forget what you see. I'm totally different from, my upbringing is different. Country guy. So, but she saw that. When she saw the scholarships, she realized that, this is real now. I'm not going to doubt this dude anymore. So after that, it was hard for for us, got the flight money for me to come here.
Yeah.
But I went to interview. Everything was successful. So, but long story short, I got my visa. I flew in to Miami because that's where my school was. Okay. So I flew into Miami, landed in Miami. That's when everything started.
When you say school, what was the schooling?
Oh, it's so I came here in my junior year of high school.
Okay.
So I went there. So I was in the 11th grade. So I went to my scholarship, the school that gave me a scholarship. So I landed there is in Miami, Florida.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So when I landed there, that's when everything started.
Yeah, well, you went right to Miami.
Man.
How was that shell shock? I mean, how was that coming from this small place in Nigeria to Miami? I mean, Miami's the hottest place, one of the hottest places in the world.
Man, it's crazy. It's a crazy story. Because, okay, I mean, in Nigeria, right, most people don't know, like, most of American culture, we see it a lot on TV, radio, all those kind of stuff. So we watch American movie, listen to BET, all those kind of stuff. So
Okay.
In terms of, also Nigeria is a British colony. We speak English already. So it's not like it's going to be as hard as it is to be able to adapt. Because, I mean, everybody knows America. Everybody knows American culture. We watch hip-hop, watch movies, all those kind of stuff. So I kind of like, know how it's going to look like. Yeah. For the most part. So, but it was still a crazy culture shock for me.
Yeah, I bet.
It's totally different,
So how did you, so what were you, so you had a lot of things going on, a lot of feelings. You're still in school. So, I mean, you're pretty young. At how old were you at that point?
16.
16 years old. Okay, so you leave your mom. Is it just your mom back home in Nigeria?
Oh, no, I have a lot of big family. So, in my family, we're 9.
Oh, wow.
5 boys, 4 girls. So I'm the last. I'm the last born, the baby of the house. They don't do baby of the house in Africa. Everybody have time for that.
That was very American of him to say.
Yeah, but people always
if
tell me,
his mom is watching, don't worry.
People tell me, you the baby. I'm like, I wish. But I am, but like, it's not like perceived like that in Nigeria. Right. So 5 boys, 4 girls. And but I lost my parents actually, so I lost my mom in 2022, my dad in 2004. But like we have a big family, so it was hard to like leave them though. People that you grow up, they're taking care of you, your older ones, like, hey, Chidi this, Chidi that, all this kind of stuff. Yeah. And your friends, and before you know it, out of nowhere, this guy just disappeared to United States on scholarship. So, but I've been dreaming about it too, because sometimes in life, whatever we achieve in life is something that we've been dreaming for a long time, but people don't see it. So, but I know for sure, I was good in soccer, so I was thinking that I strongly believe that playing this soccer, I'm probably gonna end up going to Europe to play in professional, like Premier League, because I was so good in soccer. And my brothers are all good, so I know somehow I've got to be professional somehow. But I didn't know it's gonna be American football later,
Okay, so how did you just have to learn football? I mean, obviously you're like an amazing athlete, because you wouldn't be able to jump from basketball and soccer into major American football. I mean, that's a huge transition. So what was the learning curve on that like?
So what ignites that though actually was when I came to my school, I came out as a basketball player. So they gave me a basketball scholarship just to, come here first. So when I came to my school, I was thinking, wow, should I continue playing American football or just go to basketball? So that's what kind of I was weighing. So that time was in August. That time football season was about to start, and basketball season is still in the off season, that period. So I was in my mind, I was still thinking I'm a basketball player, but I'm finally here, man. Whatever. But so to a point, so I was telling one of the coaches, like, can you take me to football practice? I just want to watch football practice. I want to see what's going on.
Right.
So he was like, okay, I mean, you're free to join the team too if you want to play football now and leave basketball. I'm like, I just want to see how it goes. So how it happened was, so I was trying to make my decision which one. So when I went to practice, so I was standing in the sideline watching, seeing practice, the hitting. I'm like, damn, I was like, wow. The shoulder pads, the helmets, the sound. I'm like, wow, these guys are tough, man.
Yeah.
If I'm like, everybody's hitting hard. I mean, these people are not soft. That's great. So I was like, looking at it. So one of my teammates actually in the field practicing, because man, if you go to high school in Miami, you have to be tough. You have to have strong skin.
Yeah.
To play football in Miami, or just to go to school, because kids over there are tough. They can try to bully you. Right. With words or bully you physically. But I mean, I wasn't fazed by that. I know where I come from. But what I'm saying is one of the players was like, hey, are you gonna stand over there? Are you gonna come join us to practice? Because if you don't want to come hit, just get out of the field, man. This sport is for real men. That's what he said.
Oh, wow.
And my coach looked at me, because that time I didn't understand American way of where they do things.
Yeah.
You know, when people say some certain things. So my coach was like, "Oh, this guy is talking to you. Are you gonna let him just?" I was like, What do you say?" He was like, "Get in and practice. If you don't, just leave. You can't just stand over there. Like, you're not a coach." Mm-hmm. I was like, "Oh," my coach was, because my coach was messing with my head. He was like, "Oh man, they think you're soft. You're soft African."
Oh, wow.
They think you're soft African. I was like, "Oh, you know what? I want to practice now." My coach was like, "What?" "Yeah, man, I want to go in there. Let me see what they're doing so special I can do." Because to me, when I look at American football in the side, when I wasn't a player, when I didn't know anything going on, but when I watch it from the side, I realized that in my mind, like, this is whatever position they will put me over here, it's gonna be easy. Because American football, like, I played soccer growing up, fast, have, like, good ball control and all this kind of stuff. It's more harder. And also I started playing basketball too, which is more skillful, all those kind of stuff. So American football, and they tell me I gotta be D-line or O-line.
Okay.
And I see what they're doing. Like, I was like, man, I'm too fast for that. I was trying to, like, it's not like I'm belittling the position, but like I was saying that whatever place they put me in there, I feel like I will dominate. It doesn't matter, because these guys are big, everything, but I wasn't this big then.
Okay.
I was skinny, but like too skinny, but I was thinking, like, this is gonna be easy stuff. So when my coach was like, "Okay, we have extra helmets and cleats. Come on." And I put it on. So they have to tell me what to do.
Okay.
They'd be like, "Okay, I don't understand them," but like I was like paying attention. So he told me, see how this shit started. So they told me, so put on the helmet. I put on the helmet. He said, "Okay, now I want you to, like, rush the guy and touch the dummy." So I'm becoming, they told me to play defensive end. So they have an alignment. So they told me, like, you know this dummy behind you? Coach was telling me, that dummy is a quarterback.
Okay.
So you have to protect this dummy. This dummy is very important. Just don't look at it as a dummy. It's a human being. So I was like, okay, so what else am I going to do? He was like, just rush and touch it. That's all.
Right.
I was like, that's all I have to do? He was like, yeah, just if you can be able to beat this guy and touch it. I'm like, it's easy though. Everybody started laughing. They'd be like,
no.
Your African ass can, come just do it. I'm like, okay. Because I know what I'm talking about. So they brought the whistle and I rushed and just touched it easily. I beat the guy with speed. I didn't have to, like, compete with strength.
Right.
So I beat him with speed and touched it. I was like, what else? So the coach was like, yeah. Coach was like, he looked at the other coach like, wait, what did we just witness right now? I'm like, just do it again. Maybe the other guy is not ready. They want to make sure.
Yeah.
I was like, I will touch this 10 times.
Yeah.
He was like, wow. Everybody was like, oh, this guy can talk.
Yeah.
Because, everybody because whenever you talk, then I have a big accent. Then, not to compare to now, like, then it was huge. So anything I say, they're like, oh, this guy, I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But I just have an accent doesn't mean I don't know what I'm talking about. It's just a story different. So when that happened, my coach was like, oh, wow, this guy is legit though. You know what? Like, I went against 2 guys 4 times. I still touch the dummy easy all the time. I was like, I play soccer and basketball, man. You guys are too slow. That's what I said. Honestly.
These guys are probably hating you too.
Honestly.
Because they're like, oh my gosh, this guy just came in and showed us up.
Yeah,
too.
so they'd be like, you know what? Now we're going to flip you to be offensive line and somebody will rush and touch the dummy. So your job now is to protect the guy. So when the coach said that, I was telling the coach, oh, that one, okay, this one is going to be more easier than the one I did before. That's what I said again. They'd be like, what? I was like, because I can see the guy coming to rush me, right? But before, like, I feel like I have more advantage. Like, you're looking at somebody like, okay, he's gonna touch this. I see who you coming. I know you're gonna come. Like, you know what I mean? It's more easy. It's hard to miss than me rushing somebody for sometimes. So that's how I see it in my brain. I was like telling the coach, like, it's gonna be easier. Like, that one is easy. So they'd be like, okay, let's see you do it then. They blow the whistle. So I pay attention to, okay, one thing about me is, like, every time I'm in a new environment, I try to, like, probably people think I'm probably going to be, this guy, is he deaf or he doesn't talk? No, I mean, I just don't, I'm learning things. You know what I mean? So especially in America, everything is new, brand new. I take everything serious. Anything anybody tell me, I will try to do it perfectly the way, because I don't, I'm just learning. So when that happened, they blow the whistle, protect this guy. So the the coach was like, this is your mom right now. Imagine this guy coming to slap the shit out of your mom. I'm sorry to use that word. Like, you slap your mom. Like, how would you feel somebody slap your mom? I'm like, that person is dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're like, so, not happening.
So that's what I'm saying. So the coach was like, okay, I want you to have that in mind whenever I blow the whistle. This is what about to happen. This guy, you got to see him as your enemy. So then I was so pissed. I'm like, why would he use my mom as an example? Now I was looking at coach, what kind of example is that? Like, why you? So he trying to like make me like, get mad and do the things, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that's how football works in America. They have to talk to you, say something that you don't like to piss you off.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that's how it works.
Get you fired up.
Yeah, I didn't know, because I was in a culture where you play soccer, like nobody say all that kind of stuff. There's no hype stuff in soccer or basketball like that. So
what'd you do? Beat him?
Of course. So when they gave me the first guy, they blow the whistle. I didn't even let him like struggle. I beat him in like very early.
Okay.
I don't even like try to like back up, try to like make the quarterback claustrophobic.
Right.
No, I ended it early.
Good.
So they blow the whistle. I'm like, oh man, like he can go both ways. That's crazy. They gave me another guy in my team. That guy is a 5-star recruit going to LSU.
Okay.
Number 1 tackle in the nation. D tackle in the nation. So Trevante Valentine, that's his name.
Okay.
From Miami. So everybody knows me, has all the scholarship in the whole world. So my coach was like, okay, you're going to go against this guy. And this guy is 340 pounds, 6'4".
Oh, geez.
And
wow.
I was 250. I was 245, 250. So but in my mind, I was like, man, these people have never been to struggle. I've been to like, these people don't even understand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not scared of nobody. You know what I mean? Like how I see it, I'm like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
So coach was like, the other coach was like telling him, do you want him to go against Trevante Valentine? I'm like, no, Valentine gonna hurt him because he's big guy, he's this, he's that. Like just try, just one rep though. You never know, just try. So
right.
Me hearing the other coach tell my coach like, let's try the other guy. So in my mind, I already know that, okay, that guy is a good player.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, you know what? I was like, coach, yo, wasting time. Who is that? Like him? Okay, come on, let's go. That's no problem. Let's go. So it was so crazy. So when they blow the whistle, so I already know this guy is big. I see him practicing, see the things he does.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this kind of big guy, I don't have to like wait, kick back and wait for him to come so I can block him. No, he's 360. 340. I'm
That's
250. There is no way I will like kick slide backwards and block somebody like that. It's like blocking a car. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but I already thought about it in my brain because once you're an athlete, whenever you introduce to a new sport, for some reason, because you're an athlete,
it's analytical.
You can easily tell how to do things in the right way without even being taught.
I understand. Yeah.
So I look at him like, okay, this guy is okay. You know what? I'm gonna try to like jump him, like attack him, just hold him over there. So nobody knew I was thinking that. Okay. And the funny thing though, the thing I did that in that play is what they taught in football, but I didn't know they teach that kind of stuff. Okay. But I did it like
you
naturally.
already had it naturally.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh wow. Okay. So you had it sounds like you just had this skill. And I do think a lot of people like pro athletes, like, I'll throw out Tom Brady and things like that, are just like they have this natural skill. So you sack them basically. Yeah, no, this time around, I'm the old offensive line guy. Okay. So he's going against him to touch the dummy. So I was blocking. So when they brought the whistle, I kind of take a step and rush him and stop him with my strength, man. Because coach told me, like, you have to block him for like 3 seconds. That's all. Okay. Just 3 seconds. That's all. I told him, just 3 seconds? I'm like, okay, I will do that. I can be able to hold this big guy for 3 seconds. Yes, I can do that. So I was like, let's see it. So when they blow the whistle, he rushed and I strongly hold him. We were fighting. But I was holding him like, everybody was like, coach was like, wait. Did he just block Trevante Valentine right now?
I mean, we all looking at it. We all looking
You're
at
like, you know what you just saw.
So that when I did that kind of like, make everybody in the team and coaches are like, wait, this guy is a football player. You know what? There's no need for you to go play basketball anymore. It's over with.
That was the catalyst to get you in
as
there.
that happened,
Yeah.
they called the principal, like, you know what? He's going to play football.
Right.
There's no need.
Right.
And I told myself, I didn't even do much. To me, because I didn't know the sports. So to me, I was like, I didn't do anything. Why are they hyping me up? So I was like, okay, if they said that football would be a great route for me, I might as well choose football because I know basketball now, I gotta be like, I can't be 6'4", 6'5", playing center. It's not possible. So I was like, okay, let me just dive into football. So when I dive into football, when I shut everybody down in the practice, they started looking at me different. So they were like, okay, man, you gotta be our teammate, man. You gotta start coming to practice often. I'm like, yeah, I'm still thinking about it. So, but later on, my coach was like, hey, bro, you're a football player right now. So we have to take it serious and try to put you in the program, eat well, you gotta eat more, all those kind of stuff, lift weights, because I never lift weights till I came to America.
Okay.
We just natural strength, playing soccer and all those farm work.
And where did you get your mental strength from? It sounds like you had a lot of mental strength that you brought from Nigeria. What were some of the experiences that you had back in Nigeria, maybe as a younger teenager or young boy? Because you have some mental resilience that I see that's just beyond,
Man, it's all about our upbringing and also my environment. So I say when I said I was the baby of the house,
yeah,
and everybody was like, oh my God, you the baby. I'm like, yeah, I am, but they don't treat me like that though. In Africa, it's always a tough upbringing, tough love.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's never like the way America love their kids. It's totally different.
Okay.
In Africa. So
what is it like? If you can give us a glimpse.
In Nigeria, to be precise, I'm from there, but I have to say it, in Nigeria, in the Igbo tribe, let me go more deeper in my tribe. Okay, anything that has to do with, for example, my dad, this is how I was raised. How I was raised was, some situation whereby, let's say there's a new school bag that came out. Let's say here in America, it's kids will be like, hey mom, everybody's buying this new bag. Can you buy it for me? Everybody have it. So the mom will be like, oh, I don't want my kids to feel like, that he or she doesn't belong to the group.
Yeah, or left
She'll
out.
go over there and buy the bag, right? In Nigerian family, it's not like that.
Okay.
My dad was like, no, they give you what you need, not what you want, for the most part. Everything I've been gotten from my family is what I need. It's not what I want. So my dad, I will ask my dad, for example, can I get these sandals? My sandal is old. He was like, keep wearing it until if it's completely done, I will buy you a new one. I can't just buy you one because other people are buying it.
Right.
Sometimes he would drive me to the market where they sell it, and he told me to put it on, touch it, and after that we go home. We're not gonna buy it.
Wow.
It's as I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So, but sometimes my mom is trying to, treat me more nice, trying to do everything, but my dad is always watching. He was like, no, don't do that.
Do you think that was obviously there's always positive and negatives to things. I mean, it instilled this tenacity and this strength in you that, not everybody has. So, there's always good from it. But I definitely sense that tough love and, and it's not necessarily a good thing when you are living in, say, I'm from Canada or America, and you do get things given to you, because I was always under the impression you have to work hard for everything that you get, and it really, it was good for me because it was tough love as well. And I also learned to appreciate things more because I earned things and I didn't just expect things. And so
exactly,
when you have to work for things, then it becomes more memorable and more valuable, in my opinion.
So for over there, like I said, there's no, for example, okay, the reason why when you ask me where did I get this mental toughness and everything. So, for example, here in America, right, kids go to school and sometimes the yellow school bus will come in front of your house and pick you up. That's how I finished my high school. I'm like, wow, this big luxury in America. You can just wake up in the morning, dress up, and the school bus will come pick you. drop you back home in front of your house. I was like, man, if that's how we go to school over in Nigeria, if we go to school every day, I will be sleeping in school. That's how I see it though.
Yeah.
So, but for me, back home in Nigeria, I walk 5 miles to school. Like 5 miles down and back, 10 miles.
Yeah.
And we don't even complain because I'm not the only one doing it. Other kids in the neighborhood do the same thing. So we walk to school. So that mental toughness, walking to school, coming, and it's not, and come back, we still go and play soccer for 6 hours. Come back and eat. The next day, go to school again. Come back, go play soccer. Eat, all those, so continuously. And also, like my dad too. Like my dad, when I do something bad, he whip me so bad. Like after whipping me, I've never seen that man like, okay, sorry, come here, hug it. Nah.
No.
What he do is like, for him to, the way he says sorry is he'll buy stuff for me. That's all. It's only my mom will be the one to like, hey, come here, like
Right.
But my dad, I've never one day see him feel remorse about the way he punished me or something. Nah, he never do that.
Do you think that was all of the Nigerian culture, like
For
especially
the most part,
men?
for the most part, like that's why, like when I came here with that tough upbringing, when you come over here, like you see how people treat other people, I'm like, oh damn, this is totally different from where I'm from. So it makes you have like more strong, when you're dealing with stuff. Sometimes you're like, man, I deal with a lot of stuff back home. Things are easy here. Like I shouldn't, So that kind of upbringing, tough love and tough upbringing and everything, kind of helped me a lot.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It sounds like it was really, I mean, obviously we don't want to go through those. And I experienced things like that in my upbringing too, where, you got the belt and you got the wooden spoon and you got, like your mouth had washed out with soap and hit over the knuckles and all that stuff. And now I appreciate it in a way because I learned a lot from it, but obviously people aren't doing that now because it's child abuse. But, the thing is it definitely made me mentally stronger in handling and channeling that into sports, because I went into high level sports as well. And I loved it because I excelled in there, and that's where I could just be me and, kind of run under the radar so that you weren't really seen by the family unless, when you're excelling, you're doing good. So they commend you in their silent way, right? So, okay, let's fast forward. So then you went, so we go through this, you're excelling. So then how does it go with the American football? So now you've decided basketball is not your thing. And then where did you go? Like you went on to what American team first? So
when I decided that I'm going to play football, finally, so what my coach started doing was, because that time, like, it was in this summer. So there's a lot of camps that is going on that period, all this Nike camp, Under Armour. So all the high school kids always go to those camps and everything. So my coach was like telling the other coach, hey, we got to register him to one of these camps, so that we go over there to compete, because I believe I feel like he'll do well over there, because this is crazy. He went against 5-star number 1 player in the nation. Like, no, this guy he can do more. And we got to teach him too. Before that time comes, he will be ready. So I was like, okay. So they signed me up for this. How I started? They signed me up for this camp, Nike camp. So we did it in Miami Garden. Yeah, I remember. So my coach told me, hey, meanwhile, honestly, I will give that coach, my high school coach, honestly, contributed to like the way my dad used to treat me. That coach kind of have that kind of character a little bit. So I was like, wow, this is crazy. I didn't know they can have those kind of people in America too. So the coach was a tough guy that he told me, okay, I got to be a football player. So when I go to practice with them, when we do running, let's say doing conditioning, everybody is, it's crazy. Everybody will be thrown up, like stopping, breathing hard. And now when I'm tired too, like I wanna like, stop, my coach will yell at the sideline, why are you stopping? I'm like, coach, because I'm tired, like just like any other human being. Yeah. He was like, nah, bro, you from Africa. You shouldn't be tired. I'm like, what does this mean? I almost quit football from just that comment. I was like, why would this man telling me I can't be tired?
Yeah.
Because I'm from Africa. I'm like, it doesn't make no sense.
Yeah.
So he was like, no, you're better than that. Like, you're stronger than that. Trust me. He was like telling me, you're stronger than that. Keep going. Don't stop. Keep going faster. I'm like, what?
Wow.
So, but at the time I was thinking, this man, oh damn man, this man hates me. Like what's going on? Like why is he pushing me like this? But I didn't understand. There's something that he saw that I didn't see, you know?
Yeah.
So when he come back from school, he was like, hey, come, let's go get something to eat. So he drive me to like, maybe go to McDonald's, eat burger or any other. So yeah, man, like sometimes, yeah, then.
He's trying to put some weight on you.
Yeah, trying to put some weight on. He was like, hey, you gotta add some weight, man, because football is not basketball. It's not for pretty boys, you know. So that's what he told me. So he was like, it's not for like, you know. So he had to add weight a lot and all that stuff. So he took me to a restaurant to eat, you know, different restaurants. After that, he was like, oh, let me go see my friend. Let's go see my friend. So we drive. I didn't know. I was thinking I want to go see his friend. We go over there. We were landing in the gym. He doesn't tell me. I'm like, and also in Florida, it's so hot.
Yeah.
So the gym we're working out over there is outside sometimes. They have indoor and outside. They have some equipment outside. It was so hot. So it was like, I'm like, coach, what are we doing over here? It was like, open that trunk. I opened the trunk. He got my sneakers and everything ready. He's over there. I'm like, damn.
Oh, jeez.
This man got everything already over there without telling me. So I was like, okay, go over there. Say, this is where you're going to be going after you come back from school. 5 days in a week. 5 times in a week, you're going to be coming over here. I'm like, wow. So I saw other guys walking out, you know, over there too, that goes to other schools. So I'll see them. So I'm like, damn, man, this is too much, man. I went to the first day. Second day, he do the same thing again. I was like, telling coach, I didn't tell him anything. So when he dropped me and he will leave, me and that coach will be there. So as a kid, I was like, okay, I don't want to mess it up in front of this coach. I want to always continue being that guy. So in my mind, I started telling myself story. This is how I've been taking care of myself mentally and, you know, and everything physically. So I started telling myself, why are you tired though? Number 2, I tell myself again, you know, look around you. You're not in Nigeria anymore. You know, right? Number 3, I was like, you remember your family have to like, you know, struggle to get flight tickets for you to come over here when you get your visa. You remember your family is counting on you and your mom miss you and everything. You can't. Why are you here to be lazy just like any other person? You don't have any. You shouldn't even think about it.
Yeah.
Look around you. Nobody, like, if anything you do over here is gonna be on you. If you do well, it's gonna be on you. If you do bad, it's still on you. So nobody. You don't even have. You have to outperform anybody. Life here is easy to compare to where you've come from. So that's what I started telling myself. And also, this coach have things that he's doing. He can't bring his time to like always take me to where I'm gonna work out and do all that stuff. Like, it means something to him too. So I was like, think about it.
Right.
He's not wasting his time too. So I'm like, man, what am I doing? I shouldn't, you know. So I started like, you know, change my mindset, start lifting weights, running, doing all that kind of stuff. I never complain. So until the day that camp comes, though, it was on Sunday. So we went over there. Man, I saw almost like 800 kids, almost 1,000. I'm like, damn, this is my first
It's
football.
tryouts.
Yeah, the camp in Nike camp in Miami. So this is my first time going to football stuff. You know, I'm like, damn, man, Americans love this shit. You know, I was like, damn, this is crazy. Like, they love this. Like, that's crazy. A lot of kids. I'm like, wow, parents over there, everybody. So I was like, you know, panicking a little bit. I'm like nervous. And I saw that kids over there, all that black kids over there. I'm like, oh, okay.
You're like, we're good. We got a couple over
But
here.
still, you know, nobody knows you. So, but my coach was like, you know what? Remember all those things that we did in practice and the videos I asked you to watch? Those things, they're going to do it in this camp. There's nothing else. Don't ever think they're going to do something that you've never seen before or anything. It's going to be the same thing. Just remember, don't be scared. Don't care about whatever you're seeing over there. Just go over there and be yourself. Meanwhile, before I go to that camp, long story short, before I go to that camp, so in between those workouts I do when I come back from school. So when I come back home, I use my iPad. I'll go to YouTube and watch linemen, like watch Tyron Smith, all those guys, guys that play the top linemen in NFL.
Right.
So I see their drills, what they do.
So you're studying behind the scenes too.
Yeah, I'm studying behind the scenes, like in high school though, because I was like, no, I want to always, whenever there's a camera and lights on me, I want to perform. I don't want to act. I don't want to like go over there. They be like, who is this dude?
Right.
I never want to appear like that at all.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's so crazy. I was preparing myself, like studying all those videos, see the way they do things, see the way the coaches say, hey, you gotta bend your knees more, like you gotta like put all those kind of stuff. So I was like, okay, that's how you do this. So I watch every day. I watch different kind of videos of the same thing, like 1 hour every day.
Good for you. Putting in the work.
For real. At night, sometimes I would go to the fridge to take some water. I would do the same stance. I would be punching in darkness, Sometimes one of my friends were like, bro, what are you doing over there? I was like, man, this is something I watch on YouTube. I would watch on.
You have to live it and breathe it.
So that's what I was doing in darkness. Sometimes when people come close to me, I will block them. Do the same thing they do on the tape.
So that was your first camp, and then you made the cut, obviously. Where did you go after that?
So that camp, no, I'm already in school. So that's a high school camp. So when I went to that camp, that's my first time being with American kids to compete with people, like football-related stuff. So once that camp started, long story short, so we did O-line and D-line competition. That same thing I did earlier in school. So I went against all the guys, top star recruits. I was moderating everybody. Like, I didn't get beaten once.
I love it.
So everybody was like, wait, who? I forgot the number 196 or whatever. Who's number 196? Who's this kid? Nobody was like, what's his name? He's not in the radar. But like, who is this guy? You know what I mean? So my coach was in the sideline. I was like, I see him hyping. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm doing something right. So I went against first person, second person, third person, fourth. I was beating everybody clear. Because in my mind, my coach was like, when we coming over there, was like, hey, you beat Trevante Valentine, the number 1 D tackle in the nation. I don't think anybody in that camp would be like him. So you might as well go over there and continue. That would be so bad. We go over there, somebody beat you, some kind of skinny guy beat you. That would be crazy. That's what he said to me.
He sounds like he was a big part of your journey.
I'm telling you, he's the one that made me helped me out a lot. Man.
Do you still stay in contact with him?
Yeah, I talk to him once in a while.
Oh, I love it. You want to give him a shout out?
Yeah. Oh, Coach Mike Tonsil, man. Hey, keep doing your thing, Coach.
Yeah, I feel
Coach,
like I want to give him a shout out.
Man, like the mental toughness. He always said this word. I will say the same word. He said, "You ain't come all the way from Nigeria to come and bullshit." He said that all the time.
Love it.
That's what he's always said me. He always tell that to me. Anytime I want to feel like, oh, hey, I'm tired. Or he was like, come on, get him back over there, man. Slap me, not like in the face, like slap me in the back.
I'm glad you clarified that.
No. Like, you ain't come all the way to come on, So you better than that. So after the camp, long story short, so I went to my coach. I was like, hey, coach, I'm so hungry. Let's go get something to eat. He was like, wait, they have to call the MVP and, before the camp is over, they have to call. So they call other position. They give awards. They call a D-line guy. They give the other guy. And when they say, okay, the big boy, offensive line, the MVP goes to. So when the guy was holding the name, like he couldn't pronounce my name. That's why I know that it's probably going to be me. He was like, is he, who's this?
He was going with the Okeke.
Chidi Okeke. My coach was like, that's you. Oh my God, that's you. Like, okay. Man, I won the MVP, like first camp.
Cool.
First football thing ever I did in America. I won MVP camp.
And you just learned to play football, by the way.
I swear, not like 4 months. I went over there, just won MVP camp.
Oh my gosh.
On Sunday, I don't forget that. So everybody was like, hey, taking pictures. Everybody, oh my God. Where are you from? just a little interview from people.
You're like, yeah, I just started.
Yeah.
Kind of like the sports, kind of cool.
Yeah. It was like,
you guys are great too.
They were like, you should come to our school, man. Man, you're a great guy. We should come to our school. I was like, man, I only, talk to my coach over there. I don't know what,
Mm-hmm.
So after that, on Monday, I was in school. So I have a principal called me to come to the cafeteria. I came out and I saw my coach and the University of Miami coaches, 2 University of Miami coaches. So I was like, hey, what's going on over there? Hey, big man, what's up? Hey, we are there yesterday watching what's going on, man. Man, you know what? And there's no need to say much, man. I feel like you're gonna be a Miami Hurricane. That's what we're seeing, man. Ooh. You're like 25 minutes away from here. Like, just come back home. Once you're done, make sure your grades is good. Just when you're done, you're coming to the University of Miami. We're gonna be the first person to give you a scholarship. I've never even played real football yet.
I love it.
They'd be like, you know what? You know why we're here? I'm like, no, coach. It was like, we as a staff, University of Miami Athletics, we talked about you and everything. It's like, hey, this guy is gonna be it. They were giving you a full scholarship. I'm like, what? My coach was like, I thought, look at my coach, was like, wait, is it real? I'm like, yeah, full scholarship, full University of Miami, yeah. It's my first scholarship in 6 months of being in America.
That's incredible.
It's crazy. So from there, everybody was like, oh wow. So my coach posted it on Facebook, like saying, oh, my kid I brought from Africa. Now he's the talk of the town now in the whole Florida.
He was probably loving life.
So from there, people was like messaging my coach, hey, bring him to this camp, bring him to our campus, bring it. I started going to camps, going to different college campuses. When we go over there, any school I go to visit for the camp, I always win MVP over there. So it's so crazy. Everybody started like, scholarship everywhere. Nick Saban called on the phone, flew from Alabama to Miami to see me. Yeah. I'm like, wow, they're like, don't know how huge this is. My coach was, everybody answering phone calls, like, man, they're calling you. So now it's beginning to make sense. So my coach started telling me, one day he's driving me home, he's like, you remember all those times I'll tell you, you're African, you shouldn't be tired, you're better than this, you're stronger than this guy, all those kind of things he said. He said, I'm not saying it for you to be mad or anything, but you see now it's paying off. Yeah. All those weightlifting, instead of going to the beach with your friends, but you went to the gym. Right. You see the difference.
Because you have to make the sacrifices, and a lot of people, and it's with anything in life too. Don't you agree on this, Chidi? It's a lot of people, they go to work or maybe they show up once a week. I was listening to this podcast training as well, and they were talking about, hey, if you go do your podcast once a week and then you just leave it and you don't do anything else, you're not out there networking, you're not talking to people, you're not promoting your podcast, your podcast is going to stay where it is. Yeah. But if you are like, hey, I got a podcast, I love these guys, like these are the people I want on it, and this is what I'm doing, and I'm out there talking about it and really making a difference, then you're really going to excel. And it's with anything in life. Yeah. I didn't get into bodybuilding at a top level because I didn't put in the work. I wasn't disciplined. It was because I did all those things. I was disciplined. Yeah. And those are the sacrifices that we have to make to get to that level. Yeah. And so I kind of hear like the golden nugget in there. Like if you were to tell young kids going in any type of sport, what would it be? What would your words of encouragement be for any young guys, young girls getting into a new sport?
I mean, the only thing I have to say is just, I know sometimes we are scared of unknown, something that you're not familiar with. So you'll be overwhelmed and everything. But I feel like you just got to go over there and do it. And also, just before when I was learning football, like I asked questions because that's the only way you can learn. Yeah. Because what I would tell other younger guys when I go to schools, they invite me to come talk to the kids and everything. So I always tell them, like, you really got to, like, really be a student every minute. When I say be a student every minute, it's just don't act like you know. I know sometimes you don't want to sound dumb in front of your friends. You don't want to ask questions. Yeah. You just shut up and just go home like that. No, I don't do that. I was like, no, I never want anybody to think, oh, he's from Africa, he don't know this stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. I never want anybody to think like that. So what I do, I'll be asking questions. Hey, coach, what do you say this mean again? Because I mean, it's English word, but the way they use it in football is something I don't know. So, okay, I will go in my book and write it. Okay, it means this. So anytime they say it again, I will say it too, like everything, So I was telling them, like, to pay attention to the details, learn, study. That's the only thing, because there's no way a kid from Africa will come over here and make it to NFL. Yeah. Just like that, without putting any work you on have the ground. To. There's no way.
And your coach said, make sure you get good grades.
Yeah. So all those kind of stuff. So getting good grades, don't, be in trouble. Take your craft serious. If you really want to do something in life, my coach was telling me, if you really want to be successful, you have to do all those difficult things. Yeah. Going to the gym when you don't feel like it. Yeah. That separates you from other guys.
It does.
And he was telling me, you see the way you perform in that camp, the way you throwing everybody on the ground, because those guys, they go to the beach, do whatever they want to do. This is America. This is their country. They don't have to go back anywhere. So, but you have a lot to lose.
Yeah.
So you have to put in work. So see now it's showing up in your tapes.
Yeah.
So I will always give those advice to younger kids, like, focus, pay attention, be humble. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Humble. Like, I'm
Humble
really a
is
humble
good.
guy. That's helped me a lot. Even with all my scholarship, being 5-star recruit, playing in the US Army or American, number 2 tackle in the nation. If I speak with you, sit down with you, you will never know I play football. You will never know, I'm a 5-star recruit. But other guys,
Yeah.
because they are born here, they understand how huge it is. Whenever they talk to you, you already know they're a 5-star recruit. You already know they. But for me, I wasn't born in that kind of environment. So I always stay chill until you ask me, until you Google. I'm like, oh, wow. Like, what? Why are you not saying? I mean, what you want me to say? So it's that kind of upbringing I had. And finally, with all those scholarship, I ended up going to LSU.
Okay.
That's where another, because high school football, I didn't play much in high school. I was learning, getting the scholarship, because schools think that, oh, this guy have potential. Schools pouring in, scholarship pouring in. I almost have like almost 40 scholarship,
Yeah.
So, but when I ended up going to LSU was was the biggest school that was in my top 3 list. Alabama, LSU, Georgia, and Auburn.
Okay.
I was more like a SEC guy. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, Les Miles would be coming to where I stay, like, flying in to see me every day, talking to me on the phone every day at night. I was like, wait, why is Les Miles of all people like calling me on the phone? That's crazy. People were like, wow, this man, came to see you again. All those kind of stuff. I'm like, wow, this is huge, man. Like, with all the coaches keep calling too, the same thing, but Les Miles always fly in, and I'm like, hey, I came here because of you. 3 times in a week, this man will fly. I know he goes see other players, but he always stop too and talk about whatever. Like, so that's why, like, I kind of like the communication with him. And also, he's a former offensive line coach.
Okay.
So now he's a head coach. So I feel like I have two coaches, my offensive line coach and head coach that I used to coach offensive line. So it's having 2 masters at the same time, that knows that stuff.
That's the best. You have 2. I mean, 2 is always better than 1.
Yeah. So I went over there. I decided to go to LSU. So it was where the actual football started. So because in high school and everything, I have the potential, height, athletic ability, all those kind of stuff. I have it, but now it's the real football.
Yeah. So let's talk about that transition. Oof. So, I mean, you're just crushing people. You're MVP. People are starting to find out who you are. You're still staying humble through it all. You've got exceptional coaches. You've got all the support, all the backing. You're crushing it. So now we get into the big dogs. What happened there? How'd that go?
Man, LSU experience is crazy. So when I got there, was went to team meeting, I see everybody. I'm like, wow, man, everybody's big, man. SEC football, everybody's huge, intimidating. I was like, okay. Now I was 305 then. Okay. I was like, okay, I was up there. So it comes back to asking that same thing I said earlier, just asking questions. Because now, whenever coach teach something, they already figured out that you already know it. They don't even have to stop. They're like, oh, okay, this is outside zone. We're going to run the ball this way, do this one, back. You got to, they're saying about me in the room.
Yeah.
It sounds like a rocket science. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, damn. I wish this man would slow down a little bit. You know what I mean? But the good thing though, all the my teammates likes me, offensive line room. They all, because I always ask questions and they know that this guy is serious. They see other things. I walk out, I was cleaning that every drill. And also when it comes to in the locker room, our communication is always nice and everything. That's good. When I ask them, hey, what does the coach mean by this backside cutoff? What does he mean? Because what it means is whenever you're blocking, you have to make sure all those kind of stuff. I write it down. Okay. So every day. So coach for me, I don't want to be bothering the coach all the time. Hey, tell me this. Or the other guys over there. Sometimes your teammates can teach you better than the coach sometimes.
True.
Because you guys, you're not scared. You guys talk the way you all talk.
Yeah, normally. You're just talking.
Yeah, so I did that a lot. Even some of my interview I did in LSU, they asked me that, like, how do you improve? I'm like, all these years. I'm like, hey, for the help of my teammates, man, I ask a lot of questions. Because football is not something that we grew up playing in Nigeria. So for me as a foreigner, I have to ask questions more than anybody. Because if you want to be there with them, you have to do all the things that you have to do to be able to be there.
Right.
You just can't be there because you're big or tall.
Yeah. Did you get backlash from any of the guys at any point that you had just been new, where they're like, hey, go back to basketball, go back to soccer, whatever?
The other time it happened was in high school.
Okay.
But in college, no, they know that,
Right.
this guy was a big recruit. I come in there as 5-star. So he was kind of huge. So nobody can say much at that time.
Point. Right.
So, but when I came to LSU, I redshirted my first year. Because there's no way I would just start playing. I didn't know football like that, know. So that 1 year redshirt is when I learned everything, man. I was so humble, go to work every day, practice, class, lift weight, do everything I have to do. Every day I will stay back to watch film. Because I didn't know that everybody else would be leaving. Oh man, I gotta go, whatever. I would like tell the assistant coach, hey coach, please, can you explain this again? I don't understand this. What does this mean? So that's what I've been doing.
Good for you.
And people like that I do that. They're like, okay, and this guy is the most athletic guy, strongest lineman we have, fastest, everything. Yeah. And he's willing to learn. The whole team love me.
Yeah. Well, they like that camaraderie too. And you're taking that time to just really dive into it. And if other people are bailing and just going to the beach and doing whatever and not taking it seriously, you're putting in 100%.
Yeah. Because I know for sure, like I'm the only one here in America, and my family depends on me. Everybody, everybody know me. So I don't really have the time to do the same thing every other person do. I want to do it too. That doesn't mean I don't want to do it, but I cannot afford, because my life is totally different from the way every other thing is going on. So LSU was great. So after that first year, I was learning. The second year, that's when they said, okay, now you're ready to play. You can play now. So they started putting me in the game. I started playing. So I was doing well. We all make mistakes sometimes in life. So, and also when this kind of stuff happen, there's a lot of people that want to be your friends. People could tell you what to do. Oh my God, people tell you, okay, do this when you go over there, because you're professional. You're a big athlete. So you'll be hearing mistake I did was sometimes I'd be listening to wrong people. When they ask me to do this, do that, this is the best thing. No, this is the best. Even when I want to commit to school, they be telling me, oh, commit to this. This one is better. But they don't let you to choose what you actually want to do. So it happens in every, recruit, in sports. So I was playing and everything. So the people that was, helping me out was like telling me, oh, why my second year? So why you not getting much playing time? You're better than all these guys. The little clip we watched in the other game, it was cleaning. Why can't they just start you?
Right.
But I was young. I was like, feeling like my coach don't really care about me like that. Like maybe they don't want me to play. I'm like, no, I don't see it like that. But the people like close to me telling me, oh, this happened. Like, you got to transfer out of that school. They don't doing the thing right.
So they're influencing
you.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, man, these people don't know that I have to still learn this game. I have to understand this game. This game is not, because I made it that far doesn't mean that I understand everything immediately. So because I was young, they keep talking to you. Like after that, my second year, I transferred out.
Okay.
I left LSU.
What made you decide to do that?
Playing time.
Yeah.
It was like, I never started, but I always play, so I was like thinking, oh man, I feel like if I bring my work ethic here, the same thing I do over here to other school, I will be a starter. There's no way.
Right.
But now, sometimes football, sometimes it's all about who you know. There's some guys that will be up there starting, but he's not good, but his dad is former pro bowler.
And where'd you go after that?
Huh?
Where'd you go after
that?
So
I transferred to Tennessee State.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So that's where I went and started, like I competed again, because I know that there's no way if I go to this new school, I have to prove to them that I'm supposed to be a starter in LSU. That's why I'm here. So I went over there.
How'd you like Tennessee?
Yeah, it was good. Tennessee State was good. So I went over there, compete. I started over there for 2 more years.
Okay.
So after that, I went to draft. I wasn't drafted. I was a free agent. I was thinking I was,
okay,
gonna get drafted. But long story short, I went to a free agent with Washington Redskins.
Okay.
I mean, Commanders. Redskins.
Yeah. I know.
So, I was there for like 3-4 months. That's my first professional experience. I'm like, okay, what's going on? I'm over there with the NFL guys. I was like, wow, I made it to the last stage of these sports. So people don't. I'm like in my mind. I'm like, wow. The first time I saw my locker, I was like, wow, this is real. People don't understand. I'm just like a country village boy in somewhere. That's crazy. People don't know.
You're just having to kick yourself. You're like, what? Like, really?
Yeah, like I was like, wow, this is real. So this is real.
Were you able to share that with your family? I know.
Of course, I caught them on video. I was flip the camera. I was showing them, look, man, they take this sport serious. Look at this. Look at my locker. Look at everything. They're like, oh my God.
And I'm sorry, I know that your parents have both passed now, but how was your dad? How did he react, and how did your mom react when you were showing them?
So, I mean, my dad wasn't alive then, but my mom was like, oh, she was so happy. My siblings was there too. Like, let's see what's going on over there. Aww. They're like, wow, they're big guys. Man, what they feed you guys over there? All this kind of stuff.
Ain't no baby anymore. Yeah. I know they didn't call you that.
They'd be like, hey, be careful. I said, mom, like, she was like, hey, be careful, man. Don't let them hurt you. I'm like, no, I'm fine, man. No, I'm good. So after that, like, months later, like, I got released. I was like, oh, damn. So is that how it works? I was like, I just spent 3 months over there. I got released. I'm like, oh, wow. Man, I was like, I was like, what's going on? I was called my agent. It's like, I mean, it happens. I just said it happens, man. Like, but you're fine. I'm gonna get you another team. Don't worry. This is how professional works.
Exactly.
Man, I was like, man, when
was it hard on you when you were released?
Yeah, it's my first cut ever.
Yeah. So what went on for you? How were you feeling? What were the emotions attached to that?
So the good thing is that my agent didn't, want me to waste time thinking about it. So he was like, hey, keep working out. Like, you gotta work out. I might get your workout in less than a week. So be ready. It's not over. This is how it works. Yeah. So I was like, okay, let me be, and I started working out, being in shape every day just to wait for another opportunity. A week later, I got a phone call, but I was feeling, I was so sad. I called my family. I'm like, man, I didn't know this is cutthroat, man. Like, I get there, something, whatever, like, how the business go. They cut you, that's all. So, but a week later, I got a phone call. My agent was like, hey, you ready? I'm like, ready for what? Oh, Kansas City Chiefs want you right now. They just finished talking to them. They want to bring you in. I'm like, oh, okay, let's go then. I'm ready. So I was thinking, they say, they're gonna walk you out in case you gotta be in shape. I go, are you in shape? Yeah, I'm in shape, of course. So you gotta walk. Maybe they will walk you out. Maybe they will sign you. I don't know which one. So I went over there. I was in the workout mode. Mm-hmm. I was, they showed me everything, all those kind of stuff. So, but I went to do physical. So when we did physical, I'm like, oh, what's going on? I mean, okay, after physical, okay, they'll be like, I was waiting for them to like, okay, get your clicks, let's go to the field. Now they'll be like, oh, come upstairs and sign your contract. I'm like, what? I'm not gonna get. I thought they're gonna walk me out, but they signed me. They were in training. 2 months before training camp, so they signed me. So I was over there OTAs. Practicing, doing everything. Like I was there with my homes, all this guy, Travis Kelce. So I was like, man, this is crazy, man. And I speak to one of my Nigerian former player that played for Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know if you heard about Chidi Okeke.
Yeah.
I know Nigerian him. Nightmare.
I know him actually personally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, so I talked to him, because we speak the same language. Yeah. So he was like, oh, my brother, I heard you in Chiefs. I saw his his name in the locker room, even in the part of the stadium. They have his name, some bleachers. I'm like, this is my countryman. I mean, if this man make this, I will make it too. So
very cool.
So we talk on the phone all the time. We speak in our language and everything. Give me advice. Shout out to him. But I was there preseason. We played in the preseason and everything. So 2019. That was 2019. So I was thinking I was gonna make the team, man. I was like, wow. Mm-hmm.
So what happened?
After preseason, I did well. I played really well. Like, I was a left tackle all throughout my college career and high school. But when I went to Chiefs, they put me at the right tackle. But still, I can still do both. Mm-hmm. I did very well. So, but I ended up, after a final cut, 15-man roster and everything, man, I was thinking, okay, at least I got to make it to practice squad at least. But it didn't happen. They'd be like, oh, sorry. Oh, Jesus. it was tough.
These are humbling experiences. So again, so you went through that. You're really thinking, this is it this time. So what happened? How did you deal with that after? I mean,
Man, it was another emotional roller coaster again. It was crazy. So, but the good thing that happened though, after that period, they cut me because we're about to get to week 1 in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
So Miami Dolphin called.
You're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, at this point, you've had some disappointments, and it's obviously where you're feeling. Okay, did you get to the point where you're like, I probably this won't happen, or did you still have that mindset, that mentality where you're like, no, I got this?
Yeah. Oh, of course. So because this is my first year in professional, I'm like, I thought about it too. You're right. I thought about it when I left Chiefs. So because when talking to the assistant coach. When they cut you, they have like, oh, okay, keep grinding. We might bring you back or whatever, all those kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
One of the coaches was telling me, oh, there's so many opportunities everywhere. Like, if we don't pick you, another team will pick you. They will watch the preseason game. They will know. And also, we have Canadian football too. That's what he told me then. And I was like, okay.
Go Canada.
Yeah. So I was like, nah, man, it's never come to that level at all. But I still, I was strong enough to keep going. Because I don't have nothing too. If I have my family here and everybody's here, maybe when I go through that disappointment, I will come home. I will feel like, okay, you know what? It doesn't watch there anymore. Most guys do it because they have their families here. They're from here. They're like, I don't want to try that. But because I don't have family, I don't have anywhere to go, and also, who am I complaining to? My family is all the way over there. So I tell myself, oh, you're not done. Don't even think. You don't even think like that. So also you have agents that are working for you. So 3 days after I got caught, Miami Dolphins signed me. So signed me week 1. So I was there for the whole season.
Okay.
So I was with Miami Dolphins that year.
Yeah.
For the whole season.
What was your number in Miami Dolphins?
79.
79?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I was there, after that year. So they gave me 2 more years contract to come back, to compete again now, to be, trying to see if I can starting or playing more. So this is 2019. So 2020, it was January, the meeting. 2020, I signed my contract, 2 years contract. So in March, COVID hit.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So
I forgot about I don't know how I forgot about that, but I just, So everything collapsed.
When COVID hit, so what happened was, the Miami Dolphin offensive staff was replaced that year. So they went to New York Giants. They brought offensive staff on New York Giants to Miami Dolphin. They swapped. They brought the offensive coaches.
Okay.
So when they brought the offensive coaches over there, how it normally happens, sometimes they bring their own players. They would tell the GM or whoever in charge, hey, we gotta bring our own players now, or bring the guys that we gotta deal with. So when they came in off season, they cut 22 guys.
Okay.
From Miami Dolphin.
Yeah.
Both the guys in practice squad and guys that was playing. They cut 22 total. So I was chilling in my apartment though. I was chilling in my apartment in Miami. So I didn't even know that they cut me. That's crazy.
You were one of the 2.
Yeah, 22. So I was like, my friend texted me like, hey bro, do you see Twitter? I'm like, what happened? Hey, Miami just released 22 guys. Like I think I saw your name over there. I'm like, no way. There's no way. There is no way. I was like, I went over there because I was with them for 1 full season. And I was putting in work. They like me. They give me 2 more years.
Yeah.
But when that business comes in, like, it doesn't matter what you got going on over there. So when I saw my name, I'm like, oh, I was disappointed. That was where I was really disappointed again. I'm like, okay. I mean, COVID year, that year was so hard. So people started opting out from COVID. So it was hard to get back on the team, that year. So I didn't play football, but I was training. I went to Green Bay Packers for workout. They bring me in. I have to stay there for 10 days before I test COVID negative twice before I will even go work out. So all those procedures, I went over there. I still was there.
It's tough.
It didn't work. So I came back again. I went to Jacksonville Jaguars, the same 2022.
Jeez.
Same, they signed somebody else. I was like, oh man, you know what? That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes you can't. One thing about professional and sport, you can't just like sometimes you can't control.
No, you can't. It's out of your control, especially about the
No matter
NFL.
how good you are, there's some things that will happen in front of you that you know that this doesn't make no sense.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to like feel like the people around know better.
Yeah.
And what you can be able to put to the team, what you can be able to contribute. But sometimes it doesn't matter. It happened in your face. You have to accept it. Although it's wrong, but you have to accept. So I learned that in hard way. So
what is your biggest lesson then through all of this? I
believe, my lesson I learned from there, because I see other players. Because when you talk to your teammates, you're like, they tell you, I've been with 8 teams. Another person will tell you, I've been with 9 teams. That was I've been in 4 teams. I'm like, oh wait, this happened to Americans too, not only me. You know what I mean? So I started changing my mindset about it.
Good.
You know what I mean? Some guys are like, this is my 12th season, 12th team. Like our quarterback then, Fitzpatrick, in Miami. I have the guy with the beard.
Yeah.
So he was telling me like, I think you've been with 15 teams or whatever.
Right. So you're not the only one. You're going through this. You're not the only one. So
yeah, even the top guys get cut too. So I was like, this is not even something me. Maybe I'm not good enough anymore. Why they cut? But I realized that, man, people get cut even in basketball and everything. So it's because my first time. I don't have any brother or dad or uncle that was into sports that can tell me this from the beginning. Yeah. This is what you have to expect.
This is your first experience.
Anything that happened to me is the first time. First time,
So we're gonna, before we close up and the show, I just wanna, so you've gone through a lot. You're obviously an exceptional player. You obviously have the heart, you have the passion, you have the skill and the tenacity. So let's tell the viewers and listeners what you're doing now. And then I want to get you back for another episode because there's so much juice here that I need to get still. So tell us what you're doing quickly now, and where do we find you, and how do we connect with you?
Oh, okay. So now, I'm finally done playing professional football. I have my fair share. So right now I'm coaching actually. So I've been coaching young kids. So I'm an offensive line specialist. Like I help them with their technique. You know what I mean? So around this Orange County, so I go to some schools. Coaches will say, hey, work with my kid. Some parents, sometimes they pay me like, hey, can you help my kid? Like, I know you're a good offensive lineman. We watch your tapes, we watch your story, all those kind of stuff.
Cool.
So, but right now I'm like, trying to go. There's a school that want to bring me in here in Irvine. So I'm trying to work with them. So, well, my initial, like what I'm trying to do in the nearest future is to be able to go, in the future, like want to be able to be a scout to recruit players from Africa.
Yeah, because that scout, look at him. I mean, was that Mike? Coach Mike? Coach Mike, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he scouted you out, and it can happen now. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's such a beautiful thing, and to be able to go, and especially into your hometown, and go back there and just be like, bring out somebody that's going to excel and be able to have a journey, hopefully as exciting and passionate as yours. Yeah. So, I said to myself, like, I'm a living example, living testimony of the same thing I was trying to do. Like, because I told myself, like, okay, now I played this game, I understand this game, I played it, and I came from Nigeria, like learning from scratch. So I feel like I can be able to go over there in Nigeria, do camp. I can be able to scout offensive linemen. Great. And I can teach them on time too. I can teach them things they have to know, their technique and everything on time. Right. So when I come to America, it's going to be easy because nobody taught me that. I learned that with my stubbornness and, just learning. But now they have somebody like me that can speak the same language. Yes. They can even explain it to them more. They will understand it faster. Beautiful. Than anybody here. So I see it as a dream I want to do. Like hopefully in the future, I will get sponsored. I want to people to call you. Hey, you know what? We need 2 linemen. Can you bring our school 2 linemen? All this kind of stuff. So that's what I'm trying to, I'm doing it already. Coaching, on my TikTok, I have a TikTok page where I post my
coaching
Share that
stuff.
with us, because okay, so scouts, coaches, anybody that's out there right now, this guy is the man. I mean,
Yeah.
I've known him for a short amount of time, but in the time I've known him, a humble guy and just passionate about life. He's got heart like I've never seen. And so if you guys are looking for someone like Chidi, he is definitely your man. Where do we find you on social media?
So I mean, I'm on Instagram and also TikTok. So anybody that wanna work with me for their techniques, offensive linemen to be precise, because that's where I'm specialized on.
Okay.
So my goal is to help you work on your technique so that when you go play, you will be successful, because everything starts with technique, especially offensive linemen.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm so passionate about working on techniques. That's why I was like, you know what? I want to be a coach, but the kind of coach I want to be is a specialist that I will go out there and scout talent and teach them the basic, the fundamental. So when they come here, sky is limit already.
Beautiful.
So I want to this is what I'm trying to do. Hopefully in the future I will get sponsors, people that will trust me, because I live that same life. I came from a village without knowing anything about American football. So it's going to be easy for me to go over there or any neighboring African country to pick players and teach them and bring them over here. That's my long-time goal, I'm trying to do. But right now, I'm coaching right now,
Good. Well, if anyone needs a coach and instead of trying to do it, he's going to do it. This guy's going to do it. He's the type of guy. Hit him up. So Chidi spelled Chidi and it's Okeke. So O-K-O-K-E. Correct?
No, O-K-E-K-E.
E-K. I knew it was something like that.
Yeah.
And train with Chidi on Instagram?
Yeah.
And TikTok?
Yeah, TikTok is I think, hold on 1 second. I'll have to show you guys.
All right. Well, I'll talk while he's looking. And this has been phenomenal. Obviously, we're doing part 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, 6, because we got a lot to talk about. Did you find it?
Yeah. TikTok is at OKK75. You see?
Okay, OKK75. So OKEKE75. So check him out, look him up. Thanks so much for being on the show today.
Thank you guys for having me, man.
Love your story. I love it. And what a great guy. So thanks for joining us, you guys. We're here every week, Life Unleashed with TLC. So you can find us YouTube, iHeartRadio, we're Spotify, we're Rumble, we're everywhere. So make sure you go and follow, like, and subscribe and share these episodes with people. And if you guys feel like you're a good fit for the show and you want to be on the show and share your story, reach out to me, TLC Unleashed, and we will see you next time. Bye for now.
She's a warrior, a survivor, and it's all because of God. She's a teacher and a healer, and it's all because of God. She's sassy, full of fire, with a heart that's made of gold. She will help you build your body, and it's so good for your soul.